Okay, we're back at the kitchen counter. I'm going to do some more of, I don't know what to call these, but this is the one from yesterday that I showed you in the post, and the sister one that I did for it. They dried exactly the same as I saw them when they stopped moving, and I quite like the colours. They shine a lot. So that's those. Now this morning I've chosen blue and lilac again to see how they turn out. Now I've got a dark blue, a luster blue, a lilac, and then I've got a selection of golds and pearls to see which one goes nicest when I actually mix these. So let's get on and mix them. Okay, so I've mixed my resin. Now I'm going to mix up the various components. Now I need a reasonable amount of black. I'll be doing 2 small canvases, one in landscape and one in portrait, just to see how the dimensions work. I don't make very much of the mica. It travels a long way, and so, you know, a little bit goes a very long way. Maybe a bit more black. My black is just acrylic paint. And just add a dollop to it. The canvases have had a house paint base layer or priming of the canvas, and this time I used black just to see what that does. So that's a nice opaque black. Happy with that. Okay, let's have a look at the micas. Now I have a range of golds, but I don't really choose them until after I see the colour that's mixed that will form the base colour. So I don't really commit until the last minute. So this is dark blue, and I put a reasonable amount in. The mica powders are very fine particles, so be really careful and don't breathe them in. Now I tend to make sure that they're thoroughly mixed, because you do get slight bits in them. Some of the colours mix better than the others. I think it's just a matter of choosing and learning to work with what you've got. That's beautiful. Next we'll do the luster blue, which is more of a green. Almost like a sea green. Need a little bit more. think there's a fine line between how much mica you put in here. Some people put in just a little bit. Others tend to make them quite thick. This seems to be a good amount for me. They do spread a lot when you use your hairdryer, so you know, you can end up with this huge smear if you overwork them or you have too much mica. Oh, I didn't show you that. That's very pretty. And the lilac. Most of the time that I'm using these colours, they're all new, so I'm finding out what they look like in the same way that you are, by just using them. Well, it's quite a mauve. Might be lighter when it dries. Okay, now which gold? I think I might make a mix of these two. Sorry, it's a bit hard to open these sometimes. I'll take a bit of that. Might be a tad too yellow, but we'll see. I'm going to put a little bit of alcohol in them. Just a tiny squirt, which is actually only a couple of drops. Mix well. Let's take you over to the paws. Okay, let's do this. Firstly, I do a black frame. And just spread that out with my hands. I like to coat the edges and the sides. Then some clear, which I just swirl in slightly. Just gives it a little bit more of a depth and dimension. A line of clear, oh sorry, I've got to torch that. Get rid of the bubbles. Line of clear, however you want it. Now, the colours. I start off a little bit inside the frame of the black that I've used, because you will push it out to the outside. It's the dark blue. The luster blue. Oh. The pink. And then the gold. I'll do a bit of crossover on the gold. Fill in just a little bit. And let's hit it with a hairdryer. Apologies in advance for the noise, I'll try and turn it down in the video. It's on a hot setting and the low speed. Just add a bit to the centre. A bit of black on the outside. bit of a touch up here. Okay, that's that one. Let's do the second one. The black frame. Mix it out. Now I'm going to mix the colours around just a little bit. I think we'll do the blue first. We'll do the dark blue as a crossover. With just a few random swirls. I think I'd like to do the lilac just a little bit by itself. Maybe a couple of drops over here. And then the gold across them all. And a little bit over here. Okay, let's hit this one with a hairdryer. I haven't got enough resin here, so I'll have to mix some more and just fill in this bit. Okay, well that's basically how I do it. I actually think that I'll fill the clear in on this one once it's stopped moving, because I quite like what it's done here. Okay, I'll bring you down for a quick close-up. Let me just fix the... so you can see the sorts of effects that you can get. This was the first one in portrait. These colours will dry quite different to this because they'll get shimmery and they will continue to move slightly through the resin. And this is the one that I just did. You can see that I've actually got dry bits in the middle, which isn't too bad because they'll end up with those lacy bits. So if I try and do too much more now, I'll end up smearing the mica powders into a blur. So I think I'll leave it there and come back and finish that one later.